Hey, first up, just a quick hello. I notice every time I come on Uncover the News, it's always there, right up the front, and thank you for that. It's just something I sort of, wow, always there. I just noticed it this morning, and it's nice, and I love that all you regulars are here all the time. Hello, Ms. 123069. Hi, how are you? Judy Malley. Christine Thomas, Linda B, Deborah Costro, hello. Hi, GMR5. So, yeah, I've noticed that Uncovers always, she's there waiting, as are quite a few others often. But even before I start, and go in, and she's there. So I just thought I'd say thank you for that, Uncover the News. It's I'm very flattered that you do that. Yeah. Hi, Marie Sutton. How are you? Hi, Robin Arvin, GM Dave, Sharon Lee, Judy Gagini. Hello. Greetings from Pennsylvania. Hello back to Pennsylvania. So, yeah. Hope everyone else is doing well. Christine, Mercury Retro is kicking your butt. Well, I hope it stops doing that. Hello, Laura Carlson. How are you? Okay. I was going to look at that. He declined the invitation. So I haven't really got any questions in mind at the moment. Hi, Clarence. So, Uncover the News has asked, will Trump be forced to testify at his impeachment? Merrick Garland's appointment. Hi, Debbie Fitzsimmons. So, Judy Gagini, yes, I got the question about Merrick Garland's appointment. What's happening there? 9 degrees in Fremont, Alaska. And I was a bit grouchy because I had to put a little short sleeve light cardigan over my dress because it's in the low 20s and overcast. Yes, Cameo's here. What, Bub? Yeah. She's been very needy lately. What, Bub? Yeah. Hi, Cartomancy. Will Super Bowl parties and Valentine's Day spike COVID tests? Okay. Super Bowl and Valentine's Day spikes COVID. Again, I heard yesterday that yesterday was the highest loss, even taking about away the late recording from one state, that you had the highest loss of life yet to COVID, to all you guys in the US. Things will turn and you will start getting on top of it, but it's going to take some time. Hang in there. Hi, old spirit heart. I haven't seen you for a little while. I hope you've been well. And hello to everyone who's watching. Oh, that dude. Oh. Right, suspect transferred to another jail so he can eat organic meals. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay. Hi, Catherine Bush. Anyway, I think we'll get stuck into it. With minus 40. Oh, bloody hell, that is freezing, Judy. Wrap up well, and I hope everything's working well. Hi, Karen Bissell. Haven't seen you for a while, but thanks for joining us. And hello to everyone who's watching and not commenting as well. Okay, will Bleak be forced to testify at his impeachment trial? Let's have a look. Has anyone got any stuttering happening? Any buffering? Well, on Facebook, my other Facebook, family and friend, and my family one, that someone posted that, and I just put the comment, give him a bucket of manure and seeds and make him grow his own. Is Cy Vance retiring? Middle class tax cuts. I'll ask if the middle class tax cuts will be extended. Oh, will he retire before he indicts Trump? Okay. Okay. Hi, Sandra Henderson. Hi, Wildheart. Okay. Let's see. Will Trump be forced to testify? Guides of the highest truth and compassion. Question of Donald Trump. Impeachment hearing. Yeah, I saw that. Well, that lady who went to Mexico. Actually, the phase went through my head when I was uncover, when I was writing that question down, uncover the news about her. Her ego is so big and so great, and she so believes that Trump's still going to be the president, that she thinks she's got nothing to fear by coming back to the US. But I could be wrong there. Anyway, will Trump be forced to testify? Being called for to answer for your questions. He's going to be before some form of judgment. The hermit, forced isolation, or coming out of isolation. He's hiding himself down there in Mar-a-Lago, but he might be forced out of his isolation. Legal arguments, you know how he had, you know, subpoenas, fighting subpoenas here, there and everywhere. That won't work this time if he gets subpoenaed. Legal arguments won't work. They'll get swiftly thrown out. They have a plan to issue a subpoena if they feel it's necessary. Blocked. Split relationships, blockages. Trump would definitely try and block any subpoena. Hello, Shelby Lisa. Hi, Tara S. Tara S. I don't know if you joined us on Friday. I did another pet special, but I didn't ask your question because I couldn't see your name. I will be doing another pet special in a couple of weeks. Okay, so blocked, so that he's definitely going to make efforts to try and block a subpoena, but it'll get thrown out pretty quickly. This is something that if it happens, he cannot avoid, cannot dodge. If he doesn't show up, they can go and get him. This is different from like testifying before Congress and all that. This is very different. This is a trial. 5 of Wands. He would definitely fight it or try and fight it. Either way, he's going to face justice and things are going to come to light about him. Page of Wands. He is going to face justice. There are things going to come to light about him. And for all of his gift of the gab and everything, it's not going to work. In fact, it would, anything he says in his own defense would blow back in his face because he won't listen to the lawyers. The lawyers do not want him testifying because he's his own worst enemy. Hi, Annie. So he will try and block any effort to get him there. Will they subpoena him? We'll ask that question. Hi, Laura Cohen. Laura Cohen. Justice is there. So yes, Queen of Wands. The Sun. They will subpoena him if they feel it's necessary. In fact, I think they... It'd be yes or no, Mr. Trump. Yes or no, Mr. Trump. That's what I heard. And Trump going, well, you know, that's what they thought I said, but that's not necessary. And they'll go, yes or no, Mr. Trump. Did you say this? Yes or no, Mr. Trump. Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. This is definitely, it's something he can't avoid. There's a lot of, there's three major arcanas here in these little cards here. Justice, the Sun, the Death card. Tower for him. Oh, yeah. Ten of Cups. Yeah. Whether they subpoena him or not, the impact of this. We'll look at the major arcanas that came out here. The impact of this on him, the high impact of this impeachment on him is things coming to light, justice, change that he cannot avoid, and complete collapse and destruction of him. The question I was going to ask about the impeachment is, are there going to be any surprises in the impeachment trial? Are there going to be any surprises in the impeachment trial? Hi, Melinda Dutcher. Hi, Laura Cohen. Nice to see you. Nice to see all of you, all of your names. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up, love. Oh, a lot of people are saying they would pay money to watch him testify. Will Barbie called to testify? Will Barbie called to testify? Let's have a look. Will William Barbie called to testify? Page of Pentacles. Oh, Tower. King of Swords. The Hermit coming out of isolation. Ace of Cups. Yes, if they agree to have witnesses, he will. the all hashing out whether there will or will not be witnesses things. They've stated there won't be. So this is the big question. Two of Wands. The Emperor. The Emperor trying to snatch victory. Yeah, if they have witnesses, which there's no plans as yet, as far as I know, to do so, which includes Trump. Yeah, he'll be called, and it'll just add to the tower for Trump. Every witness they call will just, you know. Two of Cups. Talk about what he knew about Trump's plans and why he left when he did. Yeah, Graham stated that there's no witnesses. So, yeah, if there are witnesses, I'd say Bill Barr will definitely be called. Graham has no business sticking his nose in. In fact, Graham should be recused because he cannot carry out. Okay, we'll take a steer away from the impeachment for the moment, but we will go back to it. Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland, his confirmation. Yeah, what's going on with the state Republican parties? I guess they're more on the ground within the states, but geez. Most of them are weak ass. Weak ass. Okay. Merrick Garland's confirmation. Momentum is there. It will happen. King of Cups. That's Biden. Here's Biden's choice, and Biden's choice will be confirmed, leading to a new start in the DOJ, a new journey for the DOJ. Queen of Cups. The Moon. Of course, going to be a couple of bumps along the way because this is the Magician. It will have, they've got everything they need to confirm him. We've got like five major arcanas, end of one regime, start of another. The world is watching this too. But this also might be outside influence on some senators, not saying who. But yes, this will happen. He will be confirmed. As to when, I don't know. Has there been any news of whether there's going to be split days? The days are going to be split, or I mean, they did it with Bill Clinton's impeachment. And of course, you have to have 100 all 100 senators or senators that are there agree to it, to split the sessions so that, you know, part of the day administration business can be carried out, or normal business can be carried out. But I've had no news of that. Or are the Republicans going to insist that this gets done and nothing else, and then try and drag it out as long as possible to hold up Biden's agenda? Yeah. So I'm going to read on her too. Tuesday, or that's Tuesday our time. They will get him through. Well, 5 Republican senators voted to uphold the constitutionality of the trial. So I'm just having a quick look here. Hi, Amy Smith. So does anyone know if they've decided how the trial's going to be? So what was I looking at? That Mexican lady, the Texan lady, will she... Hi, Catherine Cousy. Hi, Bonnie Russell. Will that Texas real estate agent think there might be, yeah. Will she go to Mexico? The Empress, Four of Cups, Ten of Swords, Four of Cups. No, she might be stopped. Two of Pentacles. It's not as clear a thing as she wants. Hierophant. She might actually be stopped at the last minute. That judge's decision might be overturned. And should be declared a flight risk, so not able to go. So it's got an offer she doesn't want. Ten of Swords. These are the no cards. Wands, Five of Wands. It's causing a bit of a, and then rest, retreat. There's a maybe card, which is manipulating. She, you know, yeah, there's a few. There's four yes cards. Well, actually, Hierophant is a maybe too. So there's three yes cards, four no's and two maybes. So it's, she might be stopped. Yeah, I think there might be some intervention there. Yep. Hang on a minute, guys. Just got I don't know when this trip is planned. I'll ask a question in a different way. Will this judge's decision be overturned? It's really nice to see everyone reaching out to help other people. Thank you, Laura Carlson. Support. There's definitely some talking happening. Some appeals, I think. If this judge had been elected, I think people would be looking at his campaign, at their campaign contributions, but he wasn't elected, he was appointed. But I've got so far pretty much, yes, it's going to be overturned. There's a no card, but it's the Eight of Swords. Here's the Ten of Swords again. Yeah, there's a very good chance that that is going to be overturned. She's going to be even more restricted. Again, we got the Ten of Swords, which was in the other one as well, in the other set of cards. I think that this decision will be overturned. And yeah, she's got money stashed away over there. She's got money stashed away over there. Yeah, it's definitely being appealed. Here's the Six of Coins again, sharing deals, quid pro quo. So there's definitely going to be something coming out about that. Oh, big tower for her. Yeah, there's definitely going to be an appeal. Yeah, I think that that decision is going to be overturned. I don't think she's going to be going anywhere. I think they're going to prove that she has money stashed away over there. Yep. Yes, Lou Dobbs' show has been, that's it, cancelled. He's off. He's gone. And they're basically doing to him what they did to Shepard Smith to stop him from joining other networks. They're making him fulfill a certain amount of time, still paying him. They did that to Shep Smith too, who is, as we all know, really one of the only honest people they had there, one of the very few honest people they had there. But yeah, Lou Dobbs is gone. The lawsuit was too much, and don't be surprised if that was the reason if Janine Pirro and Maria Bartiromo lose their shows as well. So, but also Lou Dobbs was starting to lose ratings. It's still the highest rating, but the advertisers were not willing. Yeah. Okay, so that woman, yeah, I think they'll overturn that. Okay, will the Super Bowl and Valentine's Day, will there be spikes in COVID cases after both events? Will there be spikes in COVID cases after both events? Yes, he was. Shepard Smith was. And yeah. Hi, Inquisitive Tarot. Inquisitive Tarot, do you have a YouTube channel? I think you do, actually. I was going to have a look at your videos. Oh, Super Bowl and Valentine's Day, will there be some spikes? Possibly. That's Queen of Swords is a maybe. Justice is a maybe. Nine of Wands, yes. Embattlement. Five of Swords is a no. It's a maybe. No. Surprisingly, I've got no, not really. Which I'm quite surprised about. I don't know how many people are going to be there. I would have thought that it would be, you know, prime feeding ground for it, but but then I've got heartbreak and loss, critical tipping point. I don't think Valentine's Day really, because it's generally two people gathering, you know what I mean? So I don't think Valentine's Day is going to have be much of a super spreader at all, I think, because of the intimacy generally associated with Valentine's Day. But the Super Bowl is another thing. Honestly, yeah, group work, groups. Yeah, I do think the Super Bowl, I think there's definitely the potential there for a spike in cases. Valentine's Day, not so much. You certainly justified in worrying about the Super Bowl. People are going to be embattled after it. But like I said, Valentine's Day, because it's usually two people, no, not really. If you're away from your loved one, send them flowers or something, but travelling to get them as much as romantic as it might seem, you'd be better off sending them flowers or something. You can do a lot for someone you love with the price of a plane ticket. You know, definitely, yeah. But I think the Super Bowl is definitely going to be a spike, I think, associated with the Super Bowl. People being closer together, held close, things being held close, but not so much Valentine's Day. So, yeah, if you know someone who's going to the Super Bowl, stay away from them for a good fortnight or whatever. Don't, you know, keep them at a distance. Hi, James Lee. Do you guys have Menulog or Uber Eats over there? You can use those, I think, to send food to somebody else. Hi, Edna May. Driving home from a birthday party. I had to have a lovely time. Hi, Helena Harrison. Hi, Marilyn Leanne. How are you? So, what's next on the list here? Cy Vance. Is Cy Vance looking to retire before he issues indictments against Trump? Okay. Hi, Kathy W. Thank you, everyone, for gathering around and offering to help Clarence however you can. One thing you could look into doing is if your supermarkets have online shopping and delivery, you could band together and do a shopping order for him and have it delivered to that address. If he's got a place nearby that does delivery. rat staring at Dave's dog. Now we have Coles and Woolworths do delivery. Hi, Annie, yes. Okay, it's wonderful to see everyone banding together around another person. Hi, everyone who's watching too. I know not everyone hops on the chat. I do really appreciate it. And hi to my new subscribers. I'm really honoured that, you know, and humbled that you decided to come along and subscribe and join me on my journey. Okay, let's see. Oh, Syvant. Is Syvant going to retire? Will he issue indictments against Trump before he retires? The Hermit. That's a maybe. Out in the cold. Now, this is the Hermit. Things being kept in isolation. I think these are the indictments. This is a no card, but out in the cold. And we've got the Page of Cups, surprising news, upsetting news. This is Trump. The Emperor is a definite yes card. Indictments against the Lovers is a definite yes card. Embattled is a definite yes card. 9-9, yes. The King of Pentacles, yes, he will. Queen of Wands. Yeah, there's only one negative hit card, and that's the Out in the Cold card. Syvant's not going to go anywhere until these indictments are issued. Or if he does, he's going to leave. It's going to be the next thing. But I think he wants to stay at least until the indictments are issued. But I think what they're waiting for is for the impeachment trial to be over so that there's no crossover with that. They don't want the impeachment trial getting in the way of their going after him, so they're waiting. When will Merrick Garland get approval? Look, I did a reading, Amy Smith. He is going to get approval. It's probably going to take a little bit more time, but it can't be too much longer. I don't think it's going to be too much longer. It depends on how they decide they're going to, if they're going to just concentrate on the trial, or sessions are going to go towards the trial, or if they're going to split the day. I think it's going to, yeah. Biden wants the trial time that, you know, allocated to like one session a day or something, so other business can be done. The Republicans have no recourse on objecting to this because that is what happened when they impeached Clinton. So the days were split. So The last trial was every day, and it took 3 weeks. So if they do half a day, it will take 6 weeks. Yeah. But yeah, look, Cyvance will issue those indictments first. The only card I hear that indicates that he's feeling a bit tired and would like to go are these two. But I think he feels that he's got a job to complete first, and that's seeing those indictments issued. After that, someone else can take over, but seeing those indictments issued is something he wants to see through. So ICE. What is going to happen with the ICE? I'm going to do a reading here and now on them. No, so it's not being paid off. It just, it's just, I don't see why they can't issue indictments for him, but I feel it might be they don't want to do that yet. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Anne H. Running Sloth. Thank you very much. I think they feel that in indicting him during the impeachment trial might be seen as what do you call it? Might be seen as influencing the outcome of the impeachment trial. So that's why they are holding off, I think. No, he won't get out of it. Indictments will be issued. It's just, yeah. So I'm going to take a swing away from what's on the thing. Middle class tax cut. We'll do that first, and then I'm going to have a look at ICE, what's going on with ICE. So middle class tax cuts, will they be extended? Five of Swords, the Hangman, six of Wands, King of Pentacles. They're certainly looking at them and the details of the tax cuts. Taken away. No, no, no. But everything else is yes or maybe. Those tax cuts are going to be brought under review. There's definitely a momentum towards keeping them. This is also can also be looking at the details of anything under review. Did they really make much of a difference in the end? Because I've got somehow it was Trump used those tax cuts to abuse his office and theft. So really it was taking, yeah, use those as a way to justify keeping taxes so low for the super rich for some reason. So it was not, certainly wasn't anything altruistic, but I think they're definitely being looked at, and I think there's a good chance that they'll be extended or a pause put on the expiration date. Well, yeah, so extended possibly, and while everything gets reevaluated. I think they're going to be looked at as part of the new tax plan, and until all that's settled, if the tax cuts, if the new tax plan hasn't been brought into being by the time they expire, I think they might extend them. It's okay, Clarence. Clarence, it's okay not to take an offer of help. Okay, ICE. I'm going to have a look at ICE. What the hell is going on with that? That is so rogue. So rogue. The word that went through my head when I was thinking about ICE. Rogue. That is so, that department is, when they were hiring for that, this incarnation of ICE, it's like they looked at applicants and looked for those people who were just like nasty pieces of work, who are willing to do. That doesn't mean every ICE person, every ICE agent is a nasty piece of work, but there's been an influx of them. To try and turn it basically into a private army to keep immigrants out. Thank you, Melinda. ICE. What's happening to ICE in the US? Immigration, Customs and Excise. What is? I'm going to do a cross on them. There's been a heavy burden in ICE of nasty element. The last administration deliberately set out to hire not very nice people. Hi, Rondell Fredgate. Yeah, I know what you mean about the diabetes. Yeah, can knock you around a bit, can't it? So I'm looking at the US Immigrations, Customs and Excise, or ICE. But this looks like it's an end of a burden area. So this burden of people who were put in place either in management roles, what's here? Oh, conflict, definitely. All they've been doing lately is causing conflict, and there's definitely internal conflict happening there. That there's like a burden is coming to an end. Oh, there's definitely been some corruption, and the challenge is to root out this corruption. To root out this corruption within ICE. There is a momentum to do it. You might not be hearing much, but there is a momentum. At the base of this reading, there is a momentum to move ICE forward from where it is. Okay? Path leading up to where they are. There has been a blockage of ideas. There's been a blockage of energy. A lot of, there are, for every one bad apple, there's 10 good agents, or, you know, but the energy is sapping, and the corruption and the, especially down near the border, is sapping energy and you know, from the department. What's over it? Again, here's a transition card again, a movement card. So look, it seems to me that there is definitely a move to cleaning ICE out, transition. We've got momentum and transition from choppy waters into calmer waters. In the next immediate future with ICE, and bearing this momentum, this is a major arcana, so it's a very big impact on momentum. Walking away, people walking away. I think, oh, really, yeah. I think there's going to be a lot of people pushed out and forced to walk away and fired. In the atmosphere or in the environment around us, there's new emotion, new relationships, hoping for a renewal, the Ace of Swords, and also an overflow. So what happens with an overflow? Something can be blocking a water tract or something, but the water builds up and builds up and builds up until there's an overflow, and that often washes away the blockage. So what people see a department whose main aim in the last few years has been to detain, turn back, or imprison people who are just trying to look for a better way of life. Hi, Tara Rayner Very. How you going? Yeah, so this is what people see. A department whose main aim has just been to detain people and lock them up and not give them a fair hearing. Hopes and fears. The hope is that this is an end to the embattlement, the battering that ICE has gone from within by bad apples. The fear is that the dark times within ICE are going to continue, and that there's not going to be the enlightenment within the ranks that needs to be. That's the fear. But if the enlightenment is not happening within the ranks, you've got to find out why, and you've got to go and get rid of those people. What are the outcomes for ice? King of Pentacles, reversed. This is again points to corruption, but this is ousting of the corruption, I think. This is the loss and regret card. This is moving on, letting go and moving on, and addressing the losses that can be attributed to ice. New partnerships, new relationships. A new agenda being put into place. A wiser head ruling it. So it's going to be a bit of a mixed bag, but overall it is going to be, they are going to clean it up. It is going to be cleaned out and cleaned up. But again, there's some major arcana here, which time-wise indicates that it's going to take a little bit of time. These things don't happen overnight. But yeah. Clarence, I always say if people do you kindness out of love, one of the ways you can repay them is if they need help in the future, of course, you can be there, and even in your little, whatever way you can. For me, it's, we found a wallet one day and it had obviously had this guy's whole everything in it, including his pay. We had the address on his wallet. We returned it to him, and the only thing we said, we with a note that said, please do a similar kindness for someone one day, and repay with life, I guess, is good. Okay, middle class. Okay, who else got a question? Yeah, pay it forward. That's what it's called. Yeah. I'm going to have a look. At Matt Gates. I want to know if I can have a look at what's happening with DeJoy as well. So we'll do Matt Gates and then DeJoy and then Jim Jordan. So Matt Gates, what's happening with Matt Gates? Conflict, conflict, conflict. He loves stirring up conflict. Absolutely loves it. He thinks it's a game. What is going on with his hair? He's starting to look like friggin' Syndrome from The Incredibles. bleach his hair, and he looks like Syndrome from The Incredibles. Let's see. Now I've cracked myself up. He loves stirring up conflict. Ooh. Current influences. Very, very angry. Congress. In fact, this isn't, I mean, Democrats are always pissed at him. But when I get an angry Congress, you know how angry the Republican senators are about letting Marjorie Taylor Greene be such a, get away with so much. They're starting to express that view about Matt Gaetz as well. Hanging over him is he's coming into a very dark period. This is not things getting headed. This is a time of depression and loneliness. This is hanging over him. Hi, Anne Rudd. Hi, Tara S. Teresa Balsa, hello. Oh, and here's what's happening fairly soon. He's not prepared for what's coming his way. And again, this is a major arcana, so a big impact. He is in no way prepared for what is ahead of him. Beneath him, blocked communications, unable to get his message. He's reaching out to people behind the scenes, and they're like, who are you? Who are you? Mnuchin. I have not done anything on Mnuchin in ages, so we'll have a look at him too. Mnuchin. What's in store for him as well? So underneath it, he's scared. He's running scared. And, he's been reaching out to people for help, and they're like, and you are, block communications. He's running scared, and it's scaring him. His past influences. Influences from the past is that people have been apathetic. Oh, his father did an okay job, so we'll just vote for him. Vote for him because we voted for his father. A bit of an apathy in his district. But what's been happening with his actions in the last few years, this apathy is turning on its head. They're not sure they want him anymore. And he's really feeling, remember all those donors voted to have stopped donating. All those donors have stopped donating to people who objected. He's feeling that too. The next step for him, okay, this is the Seven of Swords reversed. If it was this one, it was him just dancing along merrily and getting away with crap the way he has for years. This time he's not going to get away with this crap. He's going to have to face the consequences, and some of it may be legal, of his crap and of his actions. Hi, Boho. So, yeah, and he's not prepared for it. Daddy's always sheltered him. Daddy's friends have always sheltered him. And nobody wants to shelter him, and he knows that. He knows that. It's being, and in fact, This isn't just like the Republican senators getting pissed off with him. Transition. Movement away from him. Movement away from him. Group people are getting together in groups to discuss him. Yeah, Daddy's money's not going to be able to fix this. His reliance on people voting for him, he's not prepared for what's coming. What's coming for him? Let's have a look then. What's coming for Gates? What is coming for Gates? So let's have a look. Do my little 5-card thing. In the past, oh, he's been mothered and nurtured and, you know, helped along. Currently, he's got to make a decision about which way. He really can't make up his own mind. He can't. He needs someone else to tell him what to do. He's basically a very weak person. What's the best in store for him? The best in store for him is that that his voters keep him in office. That's the best he can hope for. The worst he can hope for is being thrown under a bus. Now, I'm going to do 2 lines on this because it'll give us a little bit. The outcome for him, loss of resources. As I said, people stopped donating to anyone who voted no in that session. Oh, yeah, in the past. He is his own worst enemy. He is a weak person. He needed nurturing along the way. He's an expert at self-sabotage. He cannot make his mind. He is incapable of setting boundaries for himself. What's the best that's in? Okay. The best he can hope for is this is decision making turned on its head, a tipping point. The best he can hope for, and this is that the voters in his district don't reach the tipping point of patience with him before the next election in 2022. World Trump effect. I can have a look at that, Clarence. Wow. The worst he can hope for is being absolutely thrown off Gates. Sacrificial lamb, Trump, the truth coming out. The outcome for him, lack of if he keeps going the way he is, no more donors, having to get together and renegotiate with donors or people. Ooh. His outcome is, he might get little groups of people donating, But the outcome for him is generally it's a change with bad, and there's nothing he can do about it. He's not going to get voted in again. He might even be primaried. That might be what this means. Sacrificial lamb being primaried out. Thank you, Laura Carson. No, I really do appreciate the support you guys show me. I'm honoured every time, you know. I appreciate it very, very much. Yeah. I looked over to my list and I saw DeJoy, and this flew out of the deck when I was shuffling. That might give you an idea of what's in store for DeJoy. Hey, Boho. What's going on with DeJoy? Let's have a look here. Oh, people are angry with him. They want answers from him. He's going to be subpoenaed by a very, very hostile Congress about what he did with the mail system. His influences, his current influences is Trump. He's still influenced by Trump. He's still, yeah. This, in this case, is Mar-a-Lago. He honestly believes that Trump is still the president. Oh, above him, long dark night of the soul reversed. That means that he might be starting to actually realise just what Trump did to him. Because as far as the mail system is concerned, he is the fall guy, baby. And he's starting to realise that. So this is the current influences. Trump in his little Mar-a-Lago White House. And why is that an influence? Because he's starting to realise that he was set up. His immediate future, loss of income, loss of resources, loss of stability. I think he's going to have some things seized. What's beneath him? Yeah, he knows. He knows he knows he's in for a long legal fight. He knows it, but he doesn't want to acknowledge it. Past actions, the influences of past actions. He was there. He knew what he was doing. He knew he was creating chaos, and he knew why he was creating chaos. He can't say, I had no idea what I was doing. Next step for him, extreme anxiety, a period of extreme anxiety, nightmares, just, yeah, that's the next step for him. Let's have a see what else there is. He's not sure how he's going to approach what's coming up. Trying to make plans, but he's not sure if he can. Resources, loss of resources again. He's going to try and manipulate things to get out of it. So he might try and cut a deal. And they will give him a deal, but it's still going to include jail time. He's lucky he won't. He's not going to spend the rest of his life in prison, because there is going to be some time. But doing what he did, he cannot go without there being some prison time. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was being asked to do. also there's going to have to be some questions asked of the post office board itself, the board of directors that he was put on. Are they going to have to account for their actions as well? Yep. They're going to be called to answer a few questions, have a bit of a wake-up call, because in allowing this abuse of power to happen, they lent momentum to the interference in the election. Yeah, so don't think Joy's going to be the only one who has to answer for things. Battle, the Nine of Wands, the sixth victory for the Republicans, to help victory, to drive momentum for victory for the Republicans. They're embattled now. They're not getting what they want. I think at least 3 other board members at the post office are going to end up before Congress testifying. And yeah, because they did nothing to stop the greedy merchant interfering with the postal service. So yeah. I think they can confirm him. They prefer as much as possible to have bipartisan confirmed, but they can do what's called a nuclear option. Merrick Garland will get confirmed. Don't worry about that. That will happen. Okay, Jim Jordan. What is going to happen with Jim Jordan? Let's get another deck of cards here. Look here. Yeah, that's true. Mary Trump's tweet. At what point? Oh, easy. Well, yeah, Rand Paul. He had it early on. I think. I wonder if he thinks he's immune. There have been cases of people getting it again. Okay. Jim Jordan, guides of the highest truth and compassion. Thank you for helping on clarity and insight into the future of Jim Jordan. What is around Jim Jordan? Whoa. There is a change coming. He can do nothing to stop it. An end is coming for him, and he can do nothing to stop it. And I don't mean I mean an end of career. His influence, his current influences, he's being influenced to steer things in a different direction by sowing weeds, and all that's going to come back on him. Reap what you sow, buddy. He's been trying for years to steer the Republican Party in a different direction, and not a good one. Over his head. Oh, I'm sitting pretty. They can't do anything to me. I have full autonomy and nobody can touch me. This is his actual opinion of himself. In his immediate future, very disappointing news for him. He's been giving information to someone he shouldn't have. He's been talking to someone he shouldn't have been. That's going to come out. Underneath, blocked, subconsciously, blocked emotion, blocked creativity, blocked everything. He blocked himself off to anything decent way before he got into politics. He has some sociopathic tendencies, blocked off to emotions, doesn't really care or know what to do with them. Past influences, oh boy, and his past actions and what influence that's going to have. Stabbed in the back. Stabbed in the back. He stabbed everyone in the back that he could. And this is going to start coming back to him. Pay it forward goes both ways. It can be pay it backwards as well. The next step for him, forced rest, forced retirement. What's on the bottom here? Split with home. Split with his home. No celebrations. Split with his family. No celebrations. Is Jim Jordan going to be forced to retire? I mean, you know, the death card there and the upside down four of swords can mean one thing, but I don't think that's the case at all. And the 10 of swords. But he's definitely in a very bad place. Is he going to be forced to retire? He's going to have to be forced to defend himself. And here it is again. 10 of swords upright this time. An end for him. He's going to have to be forced to defend himself. Jeez. Nothing good is in the wind for Jim Jordan. You know what? I think that there are a few people next year who are going to be primaried. If they get there, some of them might be expelled. Kevin McCarthy, what a weak-ass person that is. Honestly, he went into that meeting with Taylor Greene and she came out wearing his boys' earrings. Honestly. But the thing is too, there was another reason they didn't take her off her committee assignment. They wanted to force the Democrats to have to do it, and thus setting a precedent that they could use in the future. Dick Durbin, he's another one, isn't he? Isn't he another Republican idiot? I want to see what's happening with Devin Nunes. Let's have a look at Devin Nunes. Oh, Boho in Mexico, they have a future, but it's not necessarily going to be sunshine, lollipops and rainbows. Okay. Dick Durbin, loss of support. Somebody told me about Dick Durbin. He's a Republican, isn't he? Hi, Keisha Harris. How are you? Oh, yeah, I'll have a look. I'm going to wrap up with the trial. I said whether any surprises happening, and so I'll be having a look at that. I started out with looking at the trial and I'll end up looking up with it too. Isn't Dick Durbin a Republican? He's a Dem. Okay, well, for some reason he's lost some support. He's looking at possibly overindulging. He might be having a bit of trouble, but let's have a look. He's lost some support. His influences aren't necessarily the best one. He's at a bit of a tipping point, possibly tipping towards the wrong way. He might. Loss of stability, loss of financial security. He's in for a bit of a tough time. There's a change coming up for Dick Durbin. He's worried about being out in the cold. Past actions leading up to the influences on him at the moment. It's like it's time for him to let go of a burden. He's been hanging on to something and it's time for him to let go. Anger management is what I got. Is anger management needed. It's like he's been very apathetic in his job and he needs to actually wake up a bit. He's been letting other things influence him. He's losing hope. He's not the shining light he wanted to be. He might be facing some investigations. You know, so he's in for a bit of a rough time. I don't know why, but yeah. Is he dirty? I get not so much dirty as he's lost his drive and he's lost his momentum and apathetic, not acting as he should, and maybe letting outside of events influence him too much. Possibly he could have received some campaign money from overseas too, and that might be coming out in an upset. People really have to be more careful. They really have to be hyper vigilant about their campaign donations, track them back everywhere and look at who gave the money, look at their affiliations, look at what they want. And if you're not happy with the person, hand it back. Hand it back, honestly. Find another way to pay for that ad. Get out onto the streets more. Representative districts aren't so big that you can't get out and walk the streets more and talk to people. Hold small town halls around different areas of the district. Things like that. But yeah, he's apathetic. He doesn't really even know if he wants to be there. Hi, Susie Buckingham. Oh, Roy Blunt. Oh, my goodness. Is he up for re-election next year. Mnuchin. Somebody wanted to know about Mnuchin. Mnuchin. What's going on with Mnuchin? What's in his... What's in the cards for Mnuchin? Do a full cross on him. What's on the bottom? Having to stand his ground, defend himself. Reap what you sow, buddy. Reap what you sow. There's always a reap what you sow card, but there's going to be a bitter harvest for him. Bitter harvest from what he sowed. His challenge is to stop judgment from coming down against him, and to stop people from standing up and testifying, answering the call of the trumpet to come and talk to him. These people are answering the call, and his challenge is to say, you can't, testify against me, blah, blah, blah. At the base of this is the need for legal representation. Very plodding, slow. He really wants to slow things down. He's going to try and use his lawyers to slow things down as much as possible. His fast actions leading up to where he is now, investigations. They have, the horse is held a bit in restraint here. That's not because they haven't been doing anything. They've been holding back. They've got other people they need to look at first, but they've got stuff on him, and they've just been, working away at it, rather than charging in. There's hate to do with the money. There's a lot to look at. So if they charge in too quickly, they could miss things. Whoa, above him, devastation, catastrophe. Things aren't looking good for him. His immediate future, he's going to be trying to raise money for his defense, begging people for money, GoFundMe, whatever. In his environment, it's people speaking out against him. People speaking out against him. And also, he's not as charming and lovely as people think he is. Hang on, I just have to check something. I don't want to... I don't want it to accidentally turn off. So I've just got to check things. That noise gave me a bit of a fright. So I just want to make sure it's not going to turn off on me. And he's prided himself on being a slick talker, but not as, as slick as he can be. What's going on here? That's your honey. Okay. I just got a couple of chat things pop up. I just had to make sure that it wasn't the machine saying, hey, we're going to shut down on you without a notice again. What do people see? Oh, they see someone who has to be moved on and very quickly, and someone who has a lot of indictments coming their way. He hopes he's not going to be left out in the cold. He fears that any legal case will be proved against him, that the prosecutors will win, the other side will win. So what are his outcomes? Temperance, being tempered down, trying to find a new balance, hoping to get away with, no, that's not going to happen. Investigations, temperance, tempering him down. The last one, hoping to maybe escaping jail. So he's going to have to deal with a lot of investigations. He's hoping to, he can tamper something down, possibly make some deals to avoid jail. If he testifies against Trump, I think that is. He's really going to have to deal with some investigations and his life being very chaotic. And there's a possibility he will escape jail. So he's not in for a good time. Hi, J Cat Lady. I know, I'm not going to read on whether Munchkin had plastic surgery. For My Pillow guy, what's going to happen with him? My Pillow Lindell. He doesn't want to do it. Yeah. He just doesn't want to do it. He resided over the last one, and I think he feels it sort of made him a bit of a laughing stock, and he doesn't want that replaced. He wants to do that again. I don't see why one of the other justices can't preside over it. But if they're happy for that senator, did Mnuchin's family turn on him? No. But they're not happy with him. He is going to lose. He is going to lose them. They're not going to turn on him. Like, they're not going to testify against him or anything like this. But he is definitely going to lose family members who, some will stay with him and some will walk away. But just, look, we can't do this. Yeah, he will be in isolation. So in the dog box with his family for quite a while. Yeah. But I try not to go into the family bit. Bye, Bonnie Russell. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us. Or great evening. Good night, stress. Let's see. Now, the question was, Are there going to be any big surprises with the impeachment trial? Is something big going to come out? Yeah, I'll look at My Pillow Guy another time. So, hi, Mary Beneath. Let's have a look at, are there going to be any huge surprises? Ten of Pentacles, money. Page of Pentacles, offers, Two of Swords, critical tipping point. There's definitely going to be something that's a tipping point. Ten of Swords, Page of Swords, Eight of Cups. There's definitely going to be something that's a tipping point and causes some senators to turn their back on him. The Moon, things coming to light. Nine of Wands, Temperance. This is more bipartisan than not. Trump's ties to money that went towards the insurrection are going to come to light. Possibly from that money that he raised. Page of Pentacles. Page of Swords. Nine of Wands. He knew what was going on. He knew what was going on. He had at least two people on the inside, on the planning of all of this, who were keeping him up to date. He knew what was going on. Now these people are not happy. We're going to be listening to testimony, I think. Every argument for his defence that he puts up, it's going to be, or that his team put up, it's going to come tumbling down. Tipping point, Eight of Cups. Some of the Republican senators saying, no, we can't. Some that already aren't. We can't stick with him. This is going to be a more bipartisan decision than you'd think. Yeah, what's going to be presented, it's going to take some time, the Moon, going to take time for them to go through everything and bring it to light, is going to be a tipping point. Reap what you sow, Hangman, change of perception, and Judgment. Yeah, there is definitely going to be stuff coming out that is going to be a tipping point for quite a few Republicans. There's going to be some that will never, turn on him. But I think there's going to be stuff that comes out that is going to be the tipping point into getting enough Republicans to vote to impeach him. Something they can't deny. Something they just cannot deny. Trump has hung a few people out to dry and they're willing to talk. There might be videotaped testimony. It's going to be an interesting ride. Major arcana here, so that in time-wise it's going to take, it is going to be quite a while. The trial is going to go on for quite a while. But the impact is going to have such a huge impact. Okay, what I want to do is, before I leave, is they've got so much video to show, but there's also going to be some video testimony, I think, too. What I'm going to do before we leave is I'm going to have a look at the Biden administration, how they're going to go during the first week of the impeachment trial. How the Biden administration going to go? So I always like to look forward as well. I know the impeachment trial is going to be taking up a lot of our time, but I also want to always look forward as well. So let's have a look at the new administration. How is the Biden-Harris administration? How are things going to go for them for their next week, for the first week of the trial? I'll do a cross. Wild Heart. Dave, something you want to tell us? Dave's always got stuff to tell us. And behave, Dave. Oh, yes, that's going to come out. That's going to come out, definitely. Some of the Proud Boys who were in that meeting will come out and say what that meeting was about. Okay. God of the highest truth and compassion, thank you for helping me find clarity and the question of what is in store for the Biden-Harris administration the first week of the impeachment trial. Page of Wands. Speeches, communications. They have a very good communication person. She's going to be out there a lot. There's going to be quite a few updates, I think, this week on things. Four of Cups. They're still not happy with the negotiations over the package. They are not interested in taking away 3/4 of it. So they're still not happy about what's happening with the stimulus package negotiations. Their challenge is to keep up their defense of it, keep it going. keep it going. There will be some concessions eventually, but they're not prepared to accept the weak-ass offer that was presented to them. Seven of Swords at the base of this, getting away with theft. There's something going to come to light about theft of money, I think money, basically money, and that's going to have that's going to be a big issue for them this week. They're going to have to deal with it. Might not come out in the news, but past actions leading to where they are, the past 3 weeks, continuing forward momentum. They won't stop doing what they do. They are going to continue to travel forward and continue to promote and their plans and the momentum behind them. 3 of Pentacles above them, group work, down into the loss, above the loss, the theft of money. Yep. The words that went through my head is OMB, Office of Budget and Office of Management and Budget. They're definitely going to be looking into that. That's going to take up quite a bit of time. But in their immediate future, they are going to show strength, patience. They are going to show, the lion's going to roar this week about something. They're going to show their teeth. In the environment around the administration, the Empress, abundance, nurturing, continuing the efforts. One of the biggest things in the environment about them is continuing the efforts to combat COVID and nurture and help the American people recover. What do people see? People see someone whose plans they're starting to see results. They're starting to see results in the new administration, and they're quite happy about that. Hopes and fears. Hopes are that their investigations are going to bring some have some results. The fear is that people might be losing hope with COVID and losing hope or with the people might be losing hope that the stimulus packages get through, and that they might start feeling some of the impact of that loss of hope. Stay in there, just stay strong. The outcomes, Page of Swords, news, messages, legal messages, possibly some disappointing news about something, but we'll see. The Ace of Swords. Okay, some news, truth coming out. They're going to come out and they're going to find out something big. And they're going to come out and just be straight with people about it. 2 of Swords. There's definitely a critical decision that they're going to have to make this week, the administration. The World. But they're also going to be able to, this critical decision might have to do with other country. another country. It could be Iran. Magician. They've got everything they need to manifest what needs to be happening with this. So, yeah, critical breakthroughs with another country. So that could be Iran. So, yeah, they've got, look, every week for them there's going to be challenges every week. Challenges to improve the future, challenges to clean up the mess that was left behind. But they're up to it. And challenges to regain the trust of other countries. But they're up to it, and it will happen. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. As you know, I've done a couple of pet specials, and I'll do another one, but I'm also thinking of doing a weird and wacky special. Anything that's a bit out of the ordinary, whether it be aliens, looking at why was this thing put here, like something like Stonehenge or something, or you know, I've done Bigfoot, I've done dragons, I've done all sorts of things, but you know, is such and such a place really as haunted as this, or what's the go with this place, or you know, weird and wacky and supernatural. So I'm thinking of doing that. Not quite sure when, but it will be in the morning your time, so it'll be nighttime mine. I'm thinking maybe Thursday night, maybe, or Friday night. I think I might do it Friday night. So Friday night's my time for the specials that I do. So I'll be scheduling that a little bit later in the week. And if you've got some questions you want read on, the weird and wacky, I'll put a post in the community page about it, and you can put questions there if you like. Okay. So thank you, my darlings, for joining me today. Thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for all the people who have watched that haven't commented. And thank you to everyone who watches this afterwards, because I know I get a lot of views afterwards as well. So thank you to all those people who watch afterwards as well. I'm blown away by your love and support, and I'm not going anywhere. There's so much to read on, even after all the mess with the last administration, even after all that's cleaned up, there's still going to be so much to read on, and with the new administration and everything. So I'm not going anywhere. Stay safe, stay strong, stay loving. Bye-bye, everyone.